grind hard to get ahead. You're trying to go backwards.
Feelings from the past, pray the Lord block it all out.
What's up? It's your boy, Kevin 2-Turn on this YouTube shit. Hey man, say man. We got a crazy ass video coming up, you dig, today. I ain't know nothing about it. One of my subscribers, they let me know about it. I guess they, you know what I'm saying, they feel some type of way about it and shit, and one of my subscribers feel some type of way, but I'm gonna look at it, man. If y'all got any videos y'all want let me watch and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I watched the Young Dolph video, cause RIP now this school shooting at Oxford, you know what I'm saying? Shit going crazy, man. We gonna watch this shit. I haven't really heard nothing about no school shooting in a minute, and you know what I'm saying? I guess this shit happened. We finna watch it. Let's go.
Well, this community, of course, grieving the 4 teens lost in the mass shooting here just yesterday.
Damn.
Tate Meir, Madison Baldwin, Hannah St. Juliana, and Justin Schilling, all victims of what the prosecutor calls a premeditated attack. 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley, a sophomore, is now charged as an adult with 24 crimes, including murder and terrorism. We are told there is a mountain of evidence against this young man, including a video made just the night before and 30 spent shell casings here at Oxford High School. Our team coverage of all the latest developments begins tonight with 7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner and the suspect's first appearance in court today. Jim,
he must have felt some type of way. Like, what? He shot like 5 people.
Carolyn, we're going to have more on that video discovered last night in a minute, but I can tell you we've gotten the first vivid description about what happened inside the high school here in court from the assistant prosecutor arguing to the judge that Crumbley remain locked up. He is. The prosecutor telling the judge he saw the surveillance video inside the school himself this morning.
So he just walked
Honestly, Judge, I don't have the words to describe how horrific that happened.
Did he know the people he was shooting at?
It's depicted just before 12:51 p.m. This defendant entering a bathroom with a backpack. A minute or two later, he exited the same bathroom without the backpack, but with a gun in hand.
The assistant prosecutor told the judge it was over in a couple of minutes. Crumbley came armed with a gun and armed with intent.
He methodically and deliberately walked down the hallway, aiming the firearm at students and firing.
The parents of Ethan Crumbley, Jennifer and James, were on the Zoom connection with their sons.
Yeah, both his parents
Yesterday, we were told the dad told his son not to talk, and they were getting him an attorney. 2 attorneys today were court appointed. One of the charges is terrorism causing death. Prosecutor says the shooting continued.
After children started running away from the defendant, he continued down the hallway, again at a deliberate and methodical pace, pointing and aiming inside classrooms and at students who hadn't had the opportunity to escape.
Before the arraignment, the officer in charge of the case told the judge about the evidence they found at Crumbley's house. The intent to kill, but still no motive, no reason why.
2 separate videos recovered from Ethan's cell phone, taken in a search warrant, depicted a video made by him the night before the incident, wherein he talked about shooting and killing students the next day at Oxford High School. Further, a journal was recovered from Ethan's backpack, also detailing his desire to shoot up the school, to include murdering students.
That nigga had a whole book, If
that nigga ever watched Death Note, nigga had wearing what appeared to be a bulletproof vest.
You down, nigga. You down. Oh, you want to talk some shit about my what? You down, nigga. Oh, you want to talk some shit about my step cousin, sister, brother, sister, uncle, nephew? Your ass down, nigga, right? Everybody. Nigga was not Santa Claus, nigga, writing down a list and nigga knocking you off twice, nigga.
To the main Oakland County Jail for better security and so that he can be isolated. We are getting word there could be additional charges coming. 7 Action News reporter Simon Shaquette has that part of the story. Simon.
We know that owning a gun means securing it properly,
all out.
And locking it and keeping the ammunition separate and not allowing access to other individuals.
After extending her deepest gratitude to first responders, including sheriff's deputies, and expressing deep condolences to victims and their families, prosecutor Karen McDonald announcing a list of charges, including 1 count of terrorism causing death, 4 counts of first-degree premeditated murder, 7 counts of assault with intent to murder, and 12 counts of felony firearm possession. The accused shooter charged as an adult, meaning the chance of life in prison. McDonald also adding this about the chance of more charges in light of learning the gun was purchased by the accused shooter's father just days prior.
We have to do better.
Oh, damn.
How many times does this have to happen?
The father bought this.
How many times? It's possible there could be additional charges issued very soon when that investigation is reviewed and complete.
While a motive for the shooting at Oxford High yesterday remains unknown so far, the prosecutor was very clear in saying this was a planned attack carried out for the purpose of taking lives, and she intends to treat this case as if the victims were her own children.
We need to make sure and want to know that when we send our kid to school, they're safe.
The prosecutor says a lot of work continues to happen in terms of the investigation, and she will be updating the public just as soon as there are any more developments. Live in Pontiac, Simon Chaquette, 7 Action News. Carolyn, back to you.
Thank you so much, Simon. The prosecutor awfully emotional today as she was talking about this case and talking about her community here. As investigators piece together what led up to this tragedy, we are learning more about the suspect, Ethan Crumbley. 7 investigator Heather Catallo is digging into the 15-year-old's background, and Heather joins us now with what she has learned so far. Heather?
Carolyn, I'm in the village of Oxford right now where the suspect lives, and just like sheriff's officials, police here telling me they had no advance warning about this attack, but we are now learning some very concerning information that school officials met with this. Ethan Crumbley faced a judge Wednesday, just a day after he's accused of gunning down his classmates at Oxford High School. As detectives search for clues about what led up to the shootings, the Oakland County Sheriff confirming what the 7 investigators have been learning from several sources, that Oxford High School officials met with the teen and his parents about concerning behavior just hours before the shooting.
We had no information from the schools, but we have since learned that the schools did have contact with the students the day before and the day of the shooting.
The school already knew this thing was
behavior in the classroom
on these niggas. They already knew.
Was concerning.
What?
In fact, the parents were brought in the morning of the shooting
we don't like
and had a face-to-face meeting with the school.
Sheriff Michael Bouchard not revealing the topics discussed during that meeting, only that his liaison officer in the school was not told about it. Bouchard also confirming the school allowed Crumbley to stay in the building after that 10 a.m. meeting, and around 12:50 p.m. the shooting started. The sheriff previously acknowledged that a handgun shown on a social media account that's believed to belong to the suspect is the same type of weapon used in the murders. But law enforcement are also telling us the 15-year-old has no prior school discipline issues and no prior criminal record.
We had no prior contacts, and we had no prior information that this incident would occur. We haven't had any issues with that family or any weapons in the past.
The sheriff also telling us they're now going through mountains of evidence, including notebooks, the suspect's phone, as they try to piece together exactly what motivated this horrific attack. Live in Oxford, I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News. Now let's check in with my colleague, 7 investigator Ross Jones, with more on what the sheriff had to say today.
Heather, good evening. Sheriff Bouchard spent much of his press conference today trying to dispel many rumors that have been circulated on social media, separating fact from fiction one day after this horrific mass shooting. Sheriff Bouchard said that there was no record that the suspect had been bullied at Oxford High School or had reported any bullying behavior. There was also no history of any discipline by the school. The sheriff said there was no evidence that the 15-year-old sophomore had sought treatment for any mental health conditions and was not in the process of doing so. And Bouchard said he has viewed the horrifying surveillance video inside of the school, saying it appears that victims were shot at randomly and were not specifically targeted. He did not release any of that video today, but described the evidence prosecutors will be using in court.
He came out of the bathroom, began shooting, moved through hallways, back through hallways, and was apprehended in the hallway. Never went into a room. If you weren't hit by a bullet, doesn't mean you weren't terrorized that day and won't have nightmares about it the rest of your life. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, or a student in that class, going through that building in the wee hours of this morning, looking at the disarray in the classrooms and the backpacks strewn across the floor. That had to have been an absolutely terrorizing moment in anyone's life.
The shooter fired 30 rounds inside of the school and still had 18 bullets left when he was confronted by deputies. There is no consolation for victims' families tonight, but this could have been much worse. Carolyn?
It could have been, Ross. He was certainly loaded to kill, and you got to think that investigators are going to speak to these students who said they were warned and did not come to school yesterday because they thought something horrible was going to happen here at Oxford High. The investigation, of course, continues. Sheriff Mike Bouchard will be with us live tonight on 7 Action News at 7 to talk about this investigation. You can watch our live interview with him in our Upfront segment. That's tonight at 7, right here on Channel 7. We also want to devote much of our newscast tonight to the victims lost in this tragedy. 4 young lives lost and countless others forever changed. Dave, it is certainly important we come together as a community tonight to remember these young men and young women. The prosecutor even today, I think you heard her speak live, Dave. She didn't even want to say this young man's name, but once she said we have to focus on the families, we have to focus on the victims. And
so what they do? What they do for the families, man? What they do? What they fucking do for the families?
To even finish the investigation, but of course, for everybody to wrap their arms around each other and heal. Dave?
Bright, young, talented people lost, and our wish is certainly that the others will all recover.
Hey, we gotta do something about these school shootings, man.
That occurred inside.
They talk about us, man. We gotta do something about these school shootings, man. They shooting schools, they shooting up churches, they shooting up motherfucking all types of shit, man. They shooting up churches. Man, get that ass. It's over. They shooting up churches, man. They shooting up everything, bro. They shooting up concerts, Las Vegas, everything, man. We gotta do something about that, man. These school shootings can't keep on happening, man. You know, it's always that one weird kid who got the strap with the back. Nigga ready to take out everybody, man. That shit crazy, man. You know, hey, man, say, man. Thank God, you know what I'm saying, that nobody else really died, you know what I'm saying, and hopefully they keep on going, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to these videos up, man. News out here, man. One of my loyal supporters, NASCAR Bill, want me to watch the video, man. If y'all ain't more videos you want a nigga to watch, man, if it's something meaning to you and it's something affecting the world, man, let a nigga know, man. We gonna be up in this bit. We doing our thing, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. We out this bitch, man. Deuces.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. Even though this is instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.